Welcome back to DVC Weekly. This is episode 236. My name is Jason Erpelding. I'm the broker of Buy and Sell DVC. I'm here with Scott Ferrioli.
I'm the owner of DVC-Rental.com and Buy and Sell DVC.com.
And today is August 13th, 2025. 11th month window is going to be July 13th, 2026. And the 7-month window is going to be right in the heart of spring break, March 13th, 2026. We're going to go right into the buy and sell side of things. We've had some longer episodes lately, so maybe we'll get this one shortened up for you here in the middle of August.
We'll see.
But I was just going to discuss the future of DVC resales. Right now, there's nothing currently indicating that there's going to be a future spike or a future decline in resale prices. For the most part, things are staying relatively the same as they were 3 months ago. Some people thought that when the news came out about the rental information, there would be a spike with listings coming up, prices would go down. But, as we discussed on an episode, a couple episodes ago, nothing really changed as far as rentals go. So there was no increase in listings with the change in rentals. And any change that Disney's done recently, like some of them, like when they tried the guaranteed week, that really didn't take off. Disney mentioned that all of a sudden they were going to allow you to transfer points if they were banked points, if they were in holding, if they were borrowed. Nothing took off with that.
That's what happens. They make an announcement, and then within a week or so, nothing ever happens.
Sometimes they make big announcements, and then there'll be like a spike in listings or a decrease in listings or more demand. But there's been, I'm not saying that they've been swinging and missing, but nothing has caught fire. It's just stayed relatively the same. And the factors that do contribute to the resale prices are the number of listings on the market at the time you list. Right now there's probably around 1,400 listings. I will say Copper Creek, because there's only probably around 48 listings. If you're on the fence about listing your Copper Creek, now is the time to list it, because there's so few listings for Copper Creek, the number of people that, there's just more demand for it. So it'd be a good time to list your Copper Creek. Disney's not really active in right of first refusal. So that's, when Disney's active in right of first refusal, what happens is a buyer may end up having to buy 5 properties because the first 4 got bought back. Well, with Disney not buying really hardly anything back, that buyer's just buying 1 property and they're getting the property. So they're not eliminating more listings. Other things that are factoring into the price is the end date. The demand on the 2042 resort seems to be declining each year as 2042 gets closer. But I will say that there's a certain group of people, and again, it could be really anybody, but there is a group of people, mainly ages 75 and up, that are buying the 2042 resorts because they're trying to use their money to buy points, to create memories with their kids, their grandkids, memories that, that can last a long time. And they feel for them, the value is there for these 2042 resorts. They can buy them in at, prices better than they were 5 years ago. They can use the points to make memories. And then also I will mention, now's the time of year that you will see more listings that have 2,025 points that are advertised as no dues until 2026. So that's always a nice bonus to start out with, the 25 points that you don't have to pay any dues on.
Nice.
So that's just a little recap of the market. And then we have our food review of the week.
He's doing the food review.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! Get in my belly!
This is wonderful.
And so Scott mentioned that he did a food review. It's the same place, you're saying?
Yes, this is the same
where
place.
They have dessert. Is this where you talked about the cannolis?
No, I did not mention anything about cannolis here.
Okay. So, but
I never get to dessert here because I'm always so full from all the food.
Okay. So I don't remember so I will say that I don't recall what you ate there, So hopefully I'm not eating the same thing as you. I don't know. So we went to...
Nope, you're good to go.
Okay, we went to Vic's Italian Restaurant and Pizza. This is in Sebastian, Florida. This is about 14 minutes from Disney's Vero Beach. You can just plug it into your phone. It's a nice short drive. Now, it was just my wife and I. I will say for an appetizer, I don't have a picture of the appetizer, unfortunately, I don't think. But we got the homemade garlic knots. You get 6 knots for $5.25. To me, that's a great value.
Rookie move. Rookie move.
Rookie move.
Rookie move.
Why?
Because when you buy an entree there, you get free unlimited garlic knots.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, does that include pizza?
I don't know about pizza. Maybe it's probably not considered an entree.
Okay.
I know we got like a pasta dish there. They have like a chicken penne vodka one that's very, very good. And you get unlimited garlic knots with it, plus also a side salad.
Oh, wow.
So, after the unlimited garlic knots, the salad, and normally it's like a big plate of pasta. I normally can't finish the plate of pasta, and I never even look at dessert because I'm too full.
Gotcha. So then we got the Sebastian Special Pizza. This is mozzarella, sausage, ham, salami, pepperoni, ground beef. We did get a thin crust. We got a large. I think it was $22. I give the homemade garlic knots. I don't know if you scored those in when you ate them.
I don't think so.
Okay. I give them an 8.2. I give the pizza an 8.3. I don't know why I have the word ice. I don't know why that's in there. But the dessert menu, they have ice cream there. They have cannoli. They have all sorts of stuff. We could not partake in the dessert because the garlic knots on the pizza was too filling. But I mean, I recommend, I will tell you this, we got there and it was very busy. Like we had to wait in line to get a table. I don't know how busy it was when you were there.
It was busy. The last time I went was with my parents. So like a table of 4 would have been fine, but there were 6 of us. So we had to wait like 20 minutes. I think we went on like a Saturday night as well. And they were like, they were relatively busy. So it's all locals. I mean, I'm sure as you could testify to, it has like a very local feel to it. It's not touristy at all. There's not a lot of tourists in there. I think these are local families, local couples who are eating here, and it's fantastic.
So, I mean, again, I kind of put them all together. Vero Beach, Sebastian. I mean, technically between Vero Beach and Sebastian is Winter Beach. Most people just refer to it as Vero Beach. I just consider that all one area, and I don't ever feel that it's touristy at all.
No, I agree.
So,
but like when you're eating at one of the Disney restaurants in Vero Beach, I mean, you realize it's all tourists and all families who are there. There's not a ton of families here. It's a lot of just locals. So the locals, I think, if you ever want to eat well, you go where the locals go because they're not going to go to an overpriced touristy place. They're going to go where the food is good and the prices are good.
I mean, I thought that was very fair on prices here.
Oh, I think Vic's is fantastic. I go every time we go.
Oh, okay.
I love Vic's.
And then, I mean, just to touch on this a little bit. So my wife and I, we did go to a Publix to pick up some lunch. And I will say, I asked the gentleman, I said, now, again, we were there. This was in July. I asked him, I said, is this place totally different, October to April? Mm-hmm. And he said, it's totally different. He said, and he gave me like a spreadsheet. I mean, this was all verbal, but he gave me a spreadsheet of the deli and the,
sandwich production.
Yeah, and he basically tells me the money that's coming in, and the one store. This store is further south. I forgot what he called it, but he said like the day after Easter is like $11,000 difference that they do.
Really?
And I'm like really? Because keep in mind that we were in the area Thanksgiving of 2024, so I was waiting for it to be chaotic. And it was the same as in the summer. Like I haven't experienced this Vero Beach Sebastian blow up yet. And we've been there multiple times. So, but according to the Publix guy, they sell way more stuff. So, but yeah, it was, like you say, very local feel. And I mean, I thought it was great. So I didn't realize that you go there. I need to pay more attention to these episodes.
So you'd have been like, hey, Scott recommended this place. I absolutely love Vic's. I think it's wonderful. Also, they have, which is very, very hard to find here in Florida, they have like Italian cookies, like a tray of Italian cookies that easy to get in New Jersey and Florida, in New York. You can't get them here. And they're relatively inexpensive. It's like $8. Regular, just like a little cookie like this that has like raspberry jelly inside, and then they're dipped in chocolate. So like half dipped in chocolate. They're called Italian cookies, and you can't find them anywhere in Florida. But they have them if you go to like a specialty Italian place, or they happen to have them at this restaurant. So whenever we go to Vic's, I pick up a box or two of their Italian cookies.
Nice.
I think they import them from New York.
Oh, okay. And now we're on to the DVC-rental side of things.
So for the DVC rental side, we are going straight from one of our YouTube suggestions.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
Let's 3627. Says, gentlemen, love the channel. Some topic recommendations. Tips and trips for banking and borrowing. What's the best value to use your points for? Studio, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, etc. So he had a couple other suggestions as well. So maybe we'll hit those in like a future episode, but this was the first one. So I'll address the tips and trips for banking and borrowing. I'm not sure what tips and tricks there are. One main thing to consider is that both the banking and the borrowing are final transactions. Once you do so, you can't undo them. So if you borrow in points for a reservation this year and you have to cancel, those points stay in the current use year. So they can't go back into the year that they were borrowed from or banked either. So a quick example, if you have 2026 points, normally they can be used in, we'll just say all of 2026, and then banked and used in all of 2027. This is not 100% correct, depends on use year, but you'll see where I'm going. If you borrow them into 2025, they're now locked into 2025, and you've lost out on 2 years of eligibility. Now, again, if you have, whatever, June use year, it's June to June, whatever, but just as an example, once you borrow them in, they're locked in. They can no longer be used in that use year or banked into the further use year. Sorry, Jason, I just want to get it out there. Now, as for the best value of your points, here are some really good options I came up with for you guys. Most resorts that have a lower point value will do so. Most resorts that have lower point values will have so in all room sizes, but there are definitely some options that are the best. Like in the studios, Animal Kingdom Jumbo House offers a value room as well as a resort view, which was previously called the standard view. The values are very, very hard to get. But they start at only 7 points per night, where the resort view starts at 8 points per night. Boardwalk also has a resort view, again, previously standard. That's 9 points per night as well, as is Old Key West. The lower value rooms at both Animal Kingdom and Boardwalk are the main reasons I added on from my Saratoga Springs contracts, because I wanted to specifically try to get the value view and the standard view at the time at Boardwalk, and then value at Animal Kingdom. Once you get into the 1-bedrooms, you're still probably looking at Animal Kingdom was the least expensive with the value resort value at 17 points per night, and resort standard starting at 20 points per night. Boardwalk's at 19, Old Key West is 20. Here's where you've got some options though. The 1-bedroom at Old Key West is much larger than all these other rooms. However, if you switch over to Animal Kingdom and you chose Kidani Village, while not in the value rooms, in the resort, they don't have the standard views, and you'll get a second bathroom as well. So in the 1-bedroom, 2 bathrooms, which is really, really nice also. So you've got not just your typical Boardwalk, Animal Kingdom, you got really large Old Key West rooms, and again, not value, but if you switch over to Kidani, extra bathroom, 2 bedrooms, still look at probably Animal Kingdom with the values is the cheapest at 22 points per night. 28 points for those standard views. Boardwalk's 29 points, and Old Key West is 27. As I've mentioned previously, Old Key West is going to be really, really large. But again, Animal Kingdom Kidani will give you that 3rd bathroom for the 2 bedrooms. In the Grand Villas, Animal Kingdom does not offer any value rooms. Boardwalk does not offer any standard views. So there's really only one resort that sticks out for the best Grand Villas out there for the money, and that's definitely Old Key West. It's by far the least expensive of the Grand Villas, starting at 46 points per night. As an example, while Animal Kingdom and Boardwalk have been the least on the list for least expensive previously, the cheapest Animal Kingdom is 73 points per night, and they only have a Savannah view, and Boardwalk is 76 points per night, and they only offer a Boardwalk view in the Grand Villas. So 76 and 73, and Old Key West 46. So huge difference at Old Key West in the Grand Villas. And by far, that's the Grand Villa that sells out the fastest because of the cheaper points per night.
And I just want to mention one thing. So Scott did say,
what's that?
Borrowing points. If you borrow points and you cancel, you're not able to unborrow. I do want to mention, because I get a lot of listings in where, people have, like they have to send in their points and they've borrowed points. So right now it'd be like they borrowed points from their 2026 use year into 2025, and they cancel that reservation so the points are borrowed. I'm like, listen, you need to call up Disney and you need to ask them if you can get these points unborrowed. Now, I mean, this goes back 15 years. Like almost every single person is able to get their points unborrowed. Now, you have to, of course, be, and I will say over COVID, it probably wouldn't have happened. But in a normal time now, you have to be current on your dues, of course, and you don't have to have, like, I don't know if there's members that have like red flags attached to their account because they're troublesome. I have no idea, but the points now, I don't like when someone's selling, I don't recommend them calling and saying, I'm trying to sell this, I need you unborrow. I just say, call them up and say, hey, we had to cancel this for whatever reason. I mean, usually it's something happened that they had to cancel it. I'm like, tell them what happened, ask them if you can unborrow, because, and right now there's not really, like, Disney, in my opinion, in this situation, Disney Vacation Club Member Services is on your side. They want you to be able to use the points, to have a good feeling about the points, so that you keep using the points, so that, for example, you're not looking to sell your deed. So, like I say, like every person has gotten the points unborrowed. Now, again, I'm seeing it after they've already, clicked to cancel. Now, I don't know how it works if you called and proactively said, I'm going to cancel this, but I need you to unborrow the points. That I don't know, because every time I see it, they've already canceled it and I see the borrowed points. So, these people are calling after the fact. So that's the only scenario I know. I don't know about calling up and saying, I'm about to cancel this, can you unborrow it? I don't have experience with that, because if that's happened, it's already happened before it's gotten to me. I'm only seeing it after they've canceled.
So Disney's official policy is they are final transactions, but as Jason said, you may be able to call, get them to work with you. And another scenario is if you get somebody and you call them and ask them to do it and they say they can't, I'd say be polite, hang up the phone. Maybe you call back and try to get somebody else, because maybe there is somebody who can help you. We've run through that before, where people don't cancel, they haven't banked their points yet and they're about to expire. And the rule is they have been banked already. But a lot of times if you call and ask politely and you're not, somebody does this all the time, they can make exceptions.
Exactly. That's the key, really. Is like
exceptions to
late banking and stuff like that has to do with if you're not doing it all the time. So
there's no red flags that you're a troublemaker.
Yeah. I mean, and if you don't have 20 cases where you've borrowed and then unborrowed, borrowed and unborrowed. Yeah. A lot of times with the borrowing, the person's done it one time in their 15 years of ownership.
With points, Disney can do anything they want. If you get the right person, they can literally do. Their points. You can literally just move them. They're maybe not supposed to, but if you get the right person, no matter what, they could do any magic they want to in any situation.
And we're clear of everything that happened. In March of 2020.
It's well behind us and all that craziness.
So yeah, it's all normal with the points and borrowing and everything. Yeah. So yeah, Scott's giving out tricks. What was it? You said ticks and...
Ticks. There's no tick here.
No, tips and tricks. That's what it was.
Tips and tricks.
It was tough to say. Tips and tricks.
This comes from our buddy, Let's3627. He actually writes to us a lot on there, which is really, really cool. We appreciate it.
Wait, how do you know it's a him?
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't remember if they've ever signed it before. I assumed it was a him.
Okay.
It calls us gentlemen, so I'm assuming it's another gentleman. But
okay.
Maybe it's not. I don't know, but again,
Well, thanks again. That's Let's 362 whatever it was.
3627.
Thank you very much.
Please keep up the good work, writing comments. We appreciate it. And anybody else who's watching or listening, please feel free to go into our YouTube channel and write some comments for us. If you've got any suggestions for us, always appreciate it as well.
All right, sounds good. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching. We love you guys. Enjoy.